This is Domain 1 of the Danielson Model. Domain 1 is planning and preparation. This picture here represents knowledge of content and pedagogy. An effective teacher has knowledge of the content that they are teaching. They have knowledge of their students. They need to know what their students know, what their interests are, if any of them have different needs, that sort of things. This is instructional outcomes. Many of the students in your class will be diverse, and you need to know how to meet each one of their needs. Knowledge of resources. You need to know which materials and resources that are needed in your classroom and be able to teach your students how to use those. You need to have good coherent instruction. That's good planning in your lessons, how you're going to go about teaching a unit. Are your students going to work in groups? What materials are you going to need? That sort of things. You also need to have knowledge of assessments and the criteria and the standards that need to be met for those. Domain 2 is the classroom environment. There needs to be respect in the classroom. There should be respect between the teacher and the student, and also between students themselves. Students should feel safe in the classroom. It's the teacher's responsibility to ensure their safety, so that's something that's really important to keep in mind. There needs to be set routines in the classroom, and the teacher should model them and keep modeling them until the students get a clear understanding of what they are. You need to be organized in many different areas, including the setup of the classroom. If a student has trouble seeing, they need to be sitting in the front and that type of thing. You should also be clear in what your expectations of the class are. The third domain is instruction. Again, you need to be clear in the expectations for the students and be clear in your explanation of the content. Are you trying to help the students in every way that you can, which you can see here that this teacher is? Are you looking for the responses to your students? Are you seeing how well they're learning? And using their feedback to mold your instruction around what their needs are. The fourth domain is professionalism, and this is a very important one for teachers. It's so important for teachers to follow the code of ethics. Also, you should continue your professional development. Collaboration with colleagues is important, and the communication that you have between students and their parents also. Using this model will improve instruction because it gives very detailed information about what is required in order for us to be effective teachers. TESS stands for Teacher Excellence Support System. It was developed as an evaluation tool and a support system for all licensed teachers, and it uses the Danielson model in it. The Danielson model is also connected to our conceptual framework, which you can see diversity, professionalism, pedagogy, and technology. The Danielson model basically had parts of all of that included in it, and those are qualities that we will need as